Hello, greetings, and salutations. Welcome back to another 20-minute Grand Rising Yoga Flow Winter Storm Warning episode. Maybe take a moment to look outside your window, especially if you live in the Midwest, specifically Michigan, but I know a lot of states are experiencing their first true snowfall, and I'm here for it. Take a moment and go ahead and get settled into a seated meditation, as that's where we will start. And release your hands on your knees and allow your palms to face up towards skyward, receiving the energy that is meant for you. And take a moment to soften your eyes and breathe. Notice the spine lift, the heart, the chest rise. As you breathe in and as you exhale, releasing it completely out. And we're breathing in and out through our nose. As you take your next breath in, begin to sweep your arms up overhead. Tilt your head back just a bit so you can gaze towards your fingertips, really reaching long throughout your spine. And lift those fingertips up just a tad bit higher. Breathe in. And as you exhale, release your left hand to your right knee as you sweep your right arm behind you, planting the hand and gazing over your right shoulder. We're going to move our spine in all 6 directions. Slowly release your twist. And inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, it's the right hand that plants on the left knee as you twist open and plant the left hand behind you, gazing over your shoulder. You're experiencing a twist lateral throughout the spine. We'll also explore rotation, side to side, and flexion and extension. Breathe. And slowly release the twist, sweeping the arms up overhead. Breathe in, and as you exhale, hinge at the hips, plant your hands in front of your shins. Now you can stay here, or you can slowly begin to walk, extend the arms out in front of you. Press pressure into the heel of the hand to release that spine, that tailbone back behind you. And drifting your chin towards your chest, extension of neck. And slowly begin to walk your hands back behind your hips and your chest as you breathe in. Lift it up towards skyward, and maybe the chin lifts away from the chest as well. Those breaths become a little more audible, especially if your neck is open and exposed, where you speak your truth, your throat chakra. Again, your heart, where you receive and give love. And your sacral chakra. I mentioned this in the last video if you want to go back and check it out. And slowly begin to bring that chin towards your chest. Hang the head heavy forward, releasing your hands on your knees. And some gentle neck rolls here, side to side. We will be going through this Sun A version one more time and adding a little bit to it. Taking a breath or two here. Breathing in, sweeping the arms up overhead. And then twisting it out. Left hand comes to right knee. As you plant the hand back behind you, gazing over your shoulder. And this time, we're going to sweep our right hand overhead as we tilt our body towards our left knee. Feeling that stretch throughout our ribs and actually pressing those ribs out once you find that tilt. And you can gaze at the eye of your elbow, chin tucked in towards your chest. And super gentle with yourself, release up out of this, coming back up. Unwind the twists and float the arms up overhead. Inhale. And exhale, right hand, left knee. Plant hand back behind you as you gaze. And you could slide the right hand down your shin if you wanted to, releasing tension, pressure in the shoulder blade. When you're ready, go ahead and float the left arm up overhead as you tilt towards the right knee and then press the ribs out. Breathing in between those spaces of the ribs. I'm beginning to play a little bit here by opening up my shoulder behind me, exposing my chest and my heart. Before I come back down and lift the arms up overhead, and it's that forward fold, so my hands in front of my shins. And you know your options. You can stay or you can begin to extend out in front of you. This time I'm using a block underneath my forehead because it is earlier in the day. I don't want to deepen this posture. Breathing through the back side of your body. Begin to walk your palms back behind you and lifting up the chest as you breathe in, pressing it up towards skyward, option for the chin to lift away as well. Maybe you release the head completely back behind you. And if you know if that's too much, you can always begin to drift your chin back towards your chest. Lift your chin up, 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 and hang the head heavy out in front of you as you find the neck rolls again. And we'll explore these neck rolls a little more in depth. So next time, go ahead and release your right ear to your right shoulder. Extension of the left arm out to the side of you as you tint your fingertips to feel more sensation. If you choose, you can leave your hands right where they were. Breathe. And release the head heavy in front and switch it out. Left ear to left shoulder. Or should I say towards? It doesn't have to be on the shoulder. Actually, I want you to peel that ear away if it is. Go ahead and release, hanging the head heavy, and find this at your own pace, your breath. Maybe release the chin towards the shoulder and see if that provides a different sensation, because it certainly does for myself. But breathe into it. You're fine. And if this is causing pain, please slowly get up out of it and try it on the other side. Tilting the chin towards your shoulder. Staying here for 3 or 4 breaths. No rush, but we will begin to explore fawn or deer pose. So bringing your chin back upright. You're going to reach your hands outside of your left knee as you roll onto your hip and sweep the right leg behind you, bending at the knee. So your knee and hip are in line and your heel is towards your glute. Now go ahead and prop yourself back up so you're sitting upright and stay here for a few breaths. You can release your hands on your legs. If you like to stay here in this upright position, please do so. I actually encourage it. Soften your eyes, but if you want to move in different directions, there's 2 different ways. The first is planting your hands back behind you, and again, lifting up that chest like we did much earlier. Option to tilt the chest away from, or the chin away from the chest. Option 2 is a little much for me, but I will show you. You're going to plant your hands in front of you and walk them out. Now, I find that my back hip has to internally rotate. I don't know if that's the same with you because everyone's anatomy is different, but I am going to stay in this space and use the block for my forehead, and I'll be here for some time. So allow yourself 7 to 8 breaths. These are especially beneficial postures to move into in the winter time. Really slowing down, finding that breath intentionally in and out through your nose, softening through spaces, tension, maybe releasing those hips, the glutes. Breathe a bit deeper. Here for a couple more breaths. Slowly begin to pick yourself back up, and we're going to roll onto our left hip as we sweep our right leg over our left knee, settling our seat back down. And as we breathe in, we lift the left arm up overhead and twist the torso, twist, 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 and allowing the elbow to hook outside of the knee or the thigh as you gaze back behind your shoulder. Looks familiar, just our legs are oriented in a different space. You can leave your right hand where it is or place it on your heart, finding connection, intimacy to your body. And go ahead and slowly begin to release this twist and extend both legs out in front of you and shake them out as we move into our fawn deer pose on the other side. So it's the right hands that reach outside of your knee, rolling on your hips, sweeping the leg behind you, bending knee. Again, that knee and hip are somewhat aligned here, and walking yourself to an upright position. Staying here for 2-3 breaths or longer, or finding that fold hinging at the hips in front of you, or walking the hands back behind you, opening up the chest, shining the heart, releasing the head back. You know you're here for 5 to 8 breaths. Settle into it. If you looked at the screen at all, I don't know what I'm doing with my hands playing charades, but hopefully my words are just enough for you to not have to look. But if you want to, you can have a laugh or a giggle. If you need to adjust at any time, do so. But not frequently. Really stay in the pose. What is the body asking of you here? Does your breath need to deepen? Do you need to release tension? your headspace even. What's going on up there? Can you soften the thoughts? Couple more breaths. And slowly lifting up if you bowed forward. We're going to go ahead and sweep that back leg and plant it outside of our right knee, softening our seat down, reaching our hand behind us and lifting up through the left and twisting until we wrap our elbow outside of our knee. And excuse me, I believe that's your right arm, not your left. Not to confuse you, but it was indeed the left elbow that wraps outside of the knee. I should have just stayed with what I said to begin with. Human error does occur in yoga and in life. It is what it is. Just move on. It's not that serious. This pose in Sanskrit, which I don't say very often, is called Marichyasana, sitting twist or ray of light, which I thought was fitting considering the time of day we're doing this. If you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine is what my mom always says. And go ahead and release this twist. Extend those legs out in front of you. And we're going to go ahead and reach our arms out in front of us and lower down our back. Our legs are going to drag with us. Allow them to, and invite the knees in towards your chest. Begin to find some motion side to side, releasing out your low back and rolling out the ankles and stretching through our toes. We are almost done. If there's any other postures or asanas you'd like to get into before we find our final space, shavasana, I invite you to do so. Now your shavasana can look many different ways. My feet are planted to the earth because I'm having some lower back pain. You can extend the legs out in front of you, bring the feet together, knees splayed out. Just allow your eyes to soften and release one hand to your heart and the other to your belly as you take very deep, intentional breaths here. Being that this is the first true snowfall, and what I mean by true is more than 1 to 2 inches accumulated outside. And why it's my favorite is because my outside world becomes very silenced, and science even proves it, where the snow absorbs the sound. I don't know why, I don't know how, I'm not the scientist, but I'm here for it, the silence especially. So take your time and turn off your radio or whatever noises there might be, or if there are external noises not in your control, they're just distractions, block it out. Go ahead and reach your arms up overhead, full body stretch, and it's my honor and pleasure guiding you. Namaste, and if you're watching this the day of, go Lions.